In this episode, I'll illustrate trimming and moving clips around. I'll start off by taking a video I recorded earlier of me saying hello, and I'll press Shift B to zoom in on the video itself. We have the waveforms that show where the talking is and where the talking isn't, and I will go down to the playback menu here and turn on audio scrubbing. Now, there are a number of things we can do. We can trim unwanted parts from the start of the video, we can trim unwanted parts from the middle, and we can trim unwanted parts from the end. Now, the simple thing to trim the start is to move our mouse to near the start, as I'm doing here, and you'll see the mouse pointer turns into what looks like a square bracket and an arrow. Now I can just drag that along like that, and that will trim off the start of that video. Now if I press play,
Hello there.
you'll see that I've trimmed up to where I said hello. And similarly, to get rid of the end of the clip, I can just drag this right hand pointer back, again noting that the mouse looks like a square bracket. I'll put the playhead to the left of the clip and press backspace to get rid of the empty gaps. And now if we play at that, we'll see
Welcome to my tutorial.
I've trimmed the start and the end, but we still need to get rid of the gap in the middle. So to do that, I'll move the playhead, and you can hear the audio scrubbing. I think that's about the right spot there. Now to get rid of that gap, I'll cut it in two places by pressing K for cut, and then moving on to where the talking starts, press K again. Now when you cut, it leaves selected one side of the clip that you're cutting, and that side is the side that the mouse pointer's on. So since I had the mouse pointed to the left, that is the part that is still selected. I'll now hit delete or X, move the playhead back a bit and press backspace, and that has deleted the gap altogether. I can press Shift left arrow to go to the start and see what the result looks like.
Hello there. Welcome to my tutorial.
So that looks pretty good. I'll just delete all that, drag the clip back in, move it back to the start. An alternative way of doing that would have been just to do a cut here to get rid of that part. Cut, delete,
Hello there.
cut, cut, select, delete, select that part, cut, delete. Oops, deleted the wrong bit. Undo, select the right hand side, cut. Put the playhead back here, press backspace to remove the gaps, and if I check all gaps, it will get rid of all gaps to the right of the playhead.
Hello there. Welcome to my tutorial.
So that's another way of doing it. And a third way of doing it is we'll put the playhead back to the start, drop the clip in. What we can do is select the left hand side. I'll move this away a bit so it's easier to see. Right now the clip is not selected. If I just click on it, it selects the clip, the whole clip. I'll zoom out to make it obvious. I'm doing that by holding down Control and clicking and dragging with the middle mouse wheel. If the whole clip's selected, I can just move it around. But if I zoom in again, zoom in, and click near the edge when the mouse cursor turns into a square bracket like that. Now that left side is selected. You can see that it's got slightly thicker. Now I'll zoom out a bit and move the playhead to where we want it, and we can scrub and get the exact position we want, and then pressing Shift S snaps that handle to where we had the playhead. And if we zoom out a bit, now select the right hand side, you see that border's got a bit thicker, move the playhead to here, Shift S, and we have trimmed the right hand side. Another way of doing the trimming in the middle would be to select the blade, and then I could just click here and here, go back to the selection tool, select that middle bit, delete it, put the playhead on the left, press backspace, click on all gaps, and we have now
Hello there. Welcome to my my tutorial.
Trimmed both sides and the middle of the clip. The next thing we might want to do is add a second clip to the end. So let's zoom out a bit and press page up to go to the end of that clip and drag another movie strip in. Now let's just say we think it's a bit boring, this first part of the train, so we'll scrub along till the train gets close and drag that up there to trim the start of the clip. Move the playhead into the gap, press backspace, and we have now trimmed the start of that clip. I'll say that's enough of that, and we'll trim the end of the clip by dragging the right hand handle across. Okay, now let's imagine I want to put another clip between these two here. So between that and there, I'll put the playhead in the exact spot. I want to insert a new clip and move the others along. Now you need to make sure over here this is set to expand and not overwrite or shuffle. And the expanding feature seems a bit flaky at present, so I'm just going to make a bit of a gap without getting the gap the exact size I need. Drag in this new clip into the timeline and now move it into the gap. You'll see that because I had expand set, it's pushed this other clip over to the right, and now I can hit backspace to get rid of the gap, and I've now inserted the new clip into the gap between the other clips. Another thing I can do if I want to use the snap to playhead feature is move the playhead where I want a clip to go, select the clip, press Shift S, and it moves that clip to the playhead. So if you want to move by a large amount through your timeline, then using that might be easier than clicking and dragging. The last thing I want to mention in this discussion about trimming videos is that you can see how much you've trimmed by going over to this overlays menu here and clicking on offsets. Now what this will do is if I go back to here and make a trim, you can see that a bar appears, and that bar shows how much of that clip is still left. So if I move it around, you can see that I can now expand that back until I run out of the blue bar, or I could expand it forwards over here. So right now you can't see anything, but the video is actually there. So it's sort of handy to be able to see, yes, I could trim that backwards and forwards a bit if I wanted more or less of it. So enable offsets if you want to be able to do that. Thanks for watching.